Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar vs. Trevor here, and I am joined by Sam, and it is time for some Emmys talk. Tom's is not here because he's not as good at watching TV. So got Sam here. We're gonna be talking about the Emmys, doing early predictions. These are the first Emmys predictions that we have done on the channel. Should be very fun. Thought you were gonna say something.
What am I supposed to say? You didn't ask me a question or anything. Because we haven't seen a lot of the limited series that are eligible yet, and a lot of them also haven't come out yet. Some of them are coming out in May and June. We are not going to be predicting those categories. We're also not going to be predicting any below the line categories because they're about 10 million. None of the guest actors categories, as well as the directing and writing categories. So we're really just doing the comedy and drama series and the actors that you will see televised that we're getting nominated.
Yep, the main 4 acting categories and then series for both comedy and drama. So only 10 categories. When we get into final predictions, we'll do a lot more. But just early predictions. It's hard with Emmys because there's no precursors. You're just gonna have to judge the vibes. So yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna be starting it off with comedy series. All right, got Abbott number 1. Sam, I know you're not entirely convinced on this.
No, just because I am getting deja vu to my optimism and enthusiasm last year in predicting Abbott the entire way, only to be disheartened as Icon. Fuck, what's his name who presented the award? I'm literally blanking out on what. Pete Davidson. And he said, Ted Lasso! And I went, fuck! So there was a very sad moment in my life there, learning that mustache man beat Abbott.
Listen, this is Abbott season 2. Okay, I think it has more hype, it has more buzz, more people are on the Abbott train. Like people, like it wasn't like Abbott was super high to get nominated at nominations. It was like 5 or 6, I think, on Golden, and then it skyrocketed up. And like I feel like now there's a lot more people on the Abbott hype train. And Ted Lasso, people aren't as happy with this most recent season. Like even my parents, who are like the biggest Ted Lasso stands, they're like, yeah, latest season is fine. It's the lowest reviewed. Season 2 is the highest reviewed. Like I think that there's more of a path. Obviously, we still have Ted Lasso number 2, but
I mean, I have Ted Lasso at number 1, but
right. But I've decided that
you're the one who's editing this, so I don't really have much of a say there.
Like I don't know. I do feel like it does kind of mix. I genuinely do.
It
like,
does.
It has the passion right now. Like passion for Abbott's going up, passion for Ted is going down.
Hopefully. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Number 3, we have The Bear. Fantastic show. Like absolutely incredible. I'm not entirely sure that it's like winning competitive. It's still its first season. It also isn't really a comedy, but
no.
I think it's very strong for the nomination.
Yeah, and it'll get some acting nominations, and it'll get a directing nomination. Yeah, so it'll probably get.
It has a nice package. It has a nice package. Number 4, Only Murders in the Building. It's not gonna be winning competitive. I think Abbott and Ted are the only 2 that are winning competitive. But like Only Murders always gets in. Like Barry's number 5, Maisel's number 6.
I actually would say Barry is number 4. Like they're probably around the same place, but
I just kind of lumped those 3 in because I feel like those are 3 that they just always kind of get in, but are never like super strong.
Yeah.
So not too much to say, I think, about all of those. Like they just kind of happened. I think the last 2 slots are the interesting one. So number 7 is Poker Face, and
I am really sold on this.
You kind of put me onto this as far as it being a thing. I didn't have it in initially.
Yeah. So I could totally see this missing just because it doesn't have a narrative structure. None of the, even Abbott has more of a narrative tying some of the ends together throughout those episodes. And I believe all of the others do. Yeah. Poker Face does not. It is almost an anthology in that each episode, it has one narrative of this character, Charlie, after, she does something that kind of follows her along. But each episode definitely stands on its own and has a plethora of different characters and is a completely different story and mystery. So it's almost like an anthology episodic series. I really like this show. Everyone who I've talked to who's seen this really, really likes this. I'm very confident that Natasha Lyonne is going to get nominated for Best Actress. I think that this will get several guest actress in a comedy series nominations.
And Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, and Ryan Johnson is really hot shit right now.
Yeah,
and
he'll get a directing nom.
It's just appealing to Emmy voters. I just really felt it when I watched it.
No, it definitely makes sense, and it feels like this will get enough votes behind it, especially when compared to the other things. Like, there don't seem to be that many detractors. The big thing is just visibility, but also, what else does Peacock have? They're going to be campaigning the hell out of this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I do feel like this can definitely happen. I definitely
It
do.
will.
I mean, and again, the name of Ryan Johnson behind it as well definitely helps it. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of the few like comedy series that actually have like a relatively larger name like director behind it. So
Oh yeah.
number 8, we got What We Do in the Shadows as the last slot. This is one I'm not entirely sold on it happening, but every single season it just kind of sneaks in when we aren't expecting it to.
And I didn't predict it the other 2 times I got nominated, and then it
Yeah.
did. Watch us predict it, and then it just
And then it doesn't happen now. Yeah. But I don't know.
whatever we do will not happen. So
I don't know. I'm fine with putting it in. Like, I don't want to just keep on doubting it and then it keep on happening.
yeah.
So I'm
But
not
if
sold,
it
but
doesn't get nominated, then Shrinking, which is
yeah.
also Apple Plus, and by the way, I feel like Apple won't need to campaign Ted Lasso as hard now that everyone has seen
Yeah.
it. Just
Maybe.
such a default that they could really push Shrinking, because I've talked to a lot of people who really think the show is just so smart and heartwarming and does a great look at, depression. And I didn't even realize that this show wasn't going to be about people making themselves smaller to fit in some small town. I literally thought that it was going to be about so clearly, like, there's a disconnect there for me. But I really thought we were going to get a downsizing-esque show, and I was like, what is this? Why do people keep telling me to watch it? But it's actually really sweet. It's heartwarming. It's very watchable.
Same producers as Ted Lasso.
Same producers as Ted Lasso. I just wonder if the mushy gushy COVID happiness, yay, we can all be friends, is still gonna, continue.
Yeah.
But
Very Kodakor.
I'm fine with predicting What We Do in the Shadows, just because clearly the writers branches of the Emmys really, really like that show. It always gets several slots there.
Yeah, I got like 3 nominations one year for writing.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting in. So I'm fine with having that in. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to completely count out Shrinking.
No, it can definitely happen.
Easy it is to like.
Yeah. And I think it's gonna do very well in an acting category, which we'll get to.
Let's talk about Wednesday.
Yeah, because we don't have this in, and some of you might have a problem with that. Okay, one, the show, sorry,
It's not.
it's not very good. Like, it's Jenna Ortega or bust, and I think Jenna will probably happen, but
Yeah.
it's Jenna Ortega or bust. Like, the Emmys are populist, but they don't like to go typically for more like children targeted shows, I guess. Like, I'm sorry that will make people upset.
Yeah, I mean, they did nominate like Cobra Kai,
but even then, like, I feel like that's different. And like, the big argument here is like Netflix, right? Well, but like, I don't know if Netflix is like
I'm gonna
strong with them.
deny until I see it happen, because
Yeah,
watching this, it's also not funny. Like, it's just not much of a comedy. So, like, I
like the big thing that this has on the side, it's Netflix and visibility. Those are the two things.
Yeah, and I guess they had Squid Game last year.
Right, but like, how will they do in comedy though? Like, Cobra Kai is the last thing I can think.
Again,
No.
maybe we're doubting it too much, but I'm gonna be reluctant, because I really just
Yeah,
and it's not like not a comedy in the same way that The Bear is. It's just
yeah.
it just feels silly. Like, that's the only reason why it's in comedy, because
Right.
it's like a fantasy.
And like, we'll see how hard they roll out the promotion, because like, I feel like it had a massive cultural moment and then it just kind of died. And I'm curious to see how hard Netflix will bring it back for their campaigning in the next couple of months. So last couple of things here. I don't have too much to say on them. The Great, we'll
I
see.
could see The Great getting nominated.
It could definitely happen, but let's just wait and see the new season first. So Atlanta hasn't been happening recently, probably won't happen with the new season. And then Dead to Me, it got in before, but it was a really weak year. So we'll see.
We'll see with that. I wonder if it's still on voters' minds.
Exactly, because I haven't heard anything about it. But into comedy actress,
Quinta Brunson is
literally
waiting.
who else?
She is waiting
literally
to
who else?
get her acting Emmy,
I
which
know.
she was kind of expected to win last. So
No, she wasn't.
I saw a lot of
Gene Smart. It was just Gene Smart.
It was, but she doesn't have the disadvantage of going against Gene Smart this year.
Yep.
So in a similar way to another nominee who we're predicting, Rachel Brosnahan the year that Veep,
Yep.
wasn't along the schedule. This could be Quinta's time to win. And the reason why is because there isn't a strong alternative. I've said this. I could see Natasha Lyonne winning if that show gets
It's like she's number 2, but
could see Christina Applegate winning if they really feel she's overdue or something. But I just think that it'll be easy if Abbott Elementary doesn't win series, she'll still probably end up winning because
I agree.
she's
Who
just
else?
likeliest.
Because like I think like in supporting, you could maybe see more often like people in shows that are nominated for series winning. I don't feel like that happens that often in lead.
Yeah, no.
Like I guess there was Zendaya and Euphoria still got nominated. So like when it wasn't expected to. So like we'll see if Poker Face and Dead to Me end up getting nominated, and then we can talk about winning. But as of now, Quinta feels like it's all number 1. Natasha Lyonne, Rachel Brosnahan, Christina Applegate, I think will all happen. And then there's Jen Ortega.
I still think she'll get
I still
nominated.
think she'll get in. She isn't. It's like she's not number 2 as Gold Derby would have you believe.
I can see that.
She's probably gonna happen, but we'll see. Then every single one of you, probably gonna have Selena Gomez number 6.
This is the complicated situation because look, this season did have more of a focus on her character than I thought it would. And she does have a good episode to submit, but I don't think that Selena Gomez as an actress has enough gravitas or respect weirdly to get a lead actress nomination.
We'll see though, because we have Elle Fanning for The Great in right now.
Right.
We'll see how the new season of The Great is. If the new season of The Great gets like mixed reviews or something like that,
I'm going to predict Linda Cardellini to get.
Really? You read that against Selena? Okay.
Yeah, I just really don't see it happening.
That's fair. That's fair.
I feel like both Jenna Ortega and Selena Gomez getting nominated like definitely wouldn't happen. I don't know why. I just don't see them.
Yeah, maybe. I see where you're coming from.
I'm sure people are calling me a fucking like dumbass like watching this right now because I don't have Selena Gomez nominated. But then again, what did she not get nominated for last year?
Right.
The Emmy.
Right. Because like we have Linda Cardellini number 8, and like we'll see again just how strong she ends up being. But I know you don't.
I don't have her number 8.
you have her higher.
Yeah.
Comedy actor, I guess Mustache Man for now.
Instead of our hot king, Jeremy Allen
White. Listen, I'd love if Jeremy Allen White won. I'm just really not. It would be great.
It would.
It'd be great.
Really be amazing.
We'll see. I think Ted Lasso could literally lose everything, like every acting category and series, and Sudeikis would still win.
Yeah.
I just think that's the world that we're living in right now. So we have him in.
Jeremy won, the SAG award, which I know is not an Emmy predictor under any means.
Yeah.
And the Golden Globe award, which I also know
was nominated, right?
But it's it's a kind of just like you're getting people's hopes up, and then you get to the Emmys.
No,
and it's a whole.
He's probably number 2. But
yeah.
Because Bill Hader's also there.
I see it winning if they really just
don't respond to Ted Lasso, and I think where we'll see that is like how many supporting nominations it gets. Like if it's only getting like 1 supporting nomination in each one, we know, oh okay, maybe they didn't love Ted Lasso as much this year.
I agree.
If it's like just Hannah and Brett, so if they still tack on the extras like Juna Temple and Nico Muhammad, then like they still like it. So we'll see with that. Bill Hader at number 3 for Barry. Probably just gonna happen. I mean, I haven't watched the new season yet, but I'm sure just great work as always. Then we got the Martins, Steve Martin and Martin Short.
And if it were up to me, as weird as this sounds, I honestly think that Martin Short gives my favorite performance in this category. Which
really,
and not something I expected to say.
At number 6, we have Donald Glover for Atlanta, and like he showed last year, even if Atlanta gets nothing at all, Glover can still.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with leaving him in for now. I don't feel incredibly confident. Like I really like the top 5: the Martins, Hader, Allen White, and Sudeikis. I feel really good about all of them. We'll see what happens with this last slot.
If he doesn't get in, then I really think that my favorite person in the world, Nicholas Hoult, will end up
Nicholas Hoult
with a second Emmy nomination.
Potentially. Again, the only thing we have the grade in for now is Elle Fanning. We'll see how good the new season. We'll see.
Yep.
And then Jason Segel for Shrinking. Once again,
could happen.
Could definitely happen. Like I think any of those 3, like Glover, Holt, Segel, all kind of competitive for that last slot.
Yep.
Okay, comedy supporting actress Cheryl Lee Ralph, probably just gonna win again.
I
Even when
don't
Abbott didn't
know.
win anything. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could watch her speech last year and go,
yeah.
"Yeah, I'll vote for Hannah Waddingham." Like, even if you don't like it, like, why
But
wouldn't
again,
you want her on
we
stage again?
agree that Abbott is stronger this year. And even when it was weaker last year, it
Yeah.
still she won. So
Yeah.
like I think that
And
she's
she
really
really deserves it. She's so good in the show.
Mhm.
Such a consistent presence. Everyone
Yeah.
loves her. Everyone's rooting for her. If yeah, again, if she won when Ted Lasso won series directing and 2 acting awards,
Yeah.
that is telling. I really
Yep.
think that she'll just win again, hopefully sing another song, bring the
Yeah.
house down.
I mean, Abbott's stronger this year and Ted's weaker. So
Yeah.
like come on. Yeah, Cheryl number 1. We have Hannah number 2 could definitely still happen, but like she already lost this matchup last year. So
Yeah, exactly.
Janelle James number 3.
She could win if there's something weird, but
I guess,
I
but
get if she couldn't win last year, maybe not, but I'd love to
she's
see it.
definitely strong.
She'd be very deserving.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's definitely strong for the nomination. Then Awa DeBerry, who I also think is strong for the nomination for the Bear, who
Yeah.
I love. She would be my personal pick in this category. I think that she's incredible. But I feel really good about that top 4. The bottom 4, a little bit more fluid. Juno
Weird.
Temple is at 5 for Ted Lasso, and this feels safe. But again, we'll see with Ted Lasso how much they like the show. If they don't like it as much, we might not see these double supporting noms.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But
I
I still
feel
feel like Keely has become I don't know, some people don't like her sideline story this season, but I've seen some people do, and she does have a lot of screen time.
she
So,
does. It's definitely very detached. So again, I just think that because it's like stuff like her storyline that's like adding to like the length of the episodes and like the stuff that people have a problem with, we'll see. Because again, if the Academy doesn't like this show as much this year, then I think that Juno Temple would be one of the nominations to go.
yeah.
So, but we'll see. Alex Borstein similarly, we'll see.
Could also see her getting snubbed in a
Yep.
second.
And like weirdly, Cecily Strong at number 7, I do kind of
We
think
have
will
to have someone from
happen.
Saturday Night Live.
Right. And I feel like she's the most likely as of now from SNL, but we'll see. And then Lisa Ann Walter number 8. Would love for this to happen. Really
Please.
need Abbott to get 3
Please.
nominations here.
Please.
Please.
She really deserves it. She's such an MVP this season.
Yep.
She was snubbed last year. Hopefully she doesn't get snubbed this year. They really did add a lot more to her role.
Yeah.
People really like her. I think she
And
does
again,
so
if it is series winning competitive, I think that she could come along for the
I
ride.
really hope so. Really,
Like,
really want her to get.
yeah. Other options, again, shrinking, showing up just on the outside with Jessica Williams, and then Sarah Goldberg for Barry. Lots of people think this is going to happen. We'll see how her role develops in the new
Yeah,
season.
because I remember the last couple of seasons, some people thought like there were scenes where some people said, "Oh wow, she's hilarious, amazing, love this." Some people said, "Whoa, that is way too over the top. She's terrible." And
Yeah.
I wonder how that'll play out this season.
Yeah. So we'll see, but have her tentatively on the sidelines for now.
Mhm.
Comedy supporting actor, the last of the comedy categories. So I have Harrison Ford winning for Shrinking.
We're taking a swing, a
Yeah.
big swing with this one.
Because we don't have it anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think we read the last time this happened was in 2016, where somebody won a supporting category in comedy without the series nomination.
Yes.
I just think like I've heard raves about this performance. Like people are really, really liking it. I think that there could be a narrative behind, hey, let's give Harrison Ford an like I don't know.
He's definitely an MVP of this show. People who don't like the show as much still think he's great. He's really trying. And I have a little insight. I know someone who is a member of the Television Academy, and she believes that he is going to win. I'm not saying that's why I'm predicting it, but there's clearly a groundswell.
There's a movement. There's a groundswell.
And if Apple pushes a lot into this, they're going to put him at the front of it. He's never won an Emmy.
It feels like this could be a moment because like it'll also be like he'll be on the press tour for Indiana Jones 2 right around the same time as campaigning. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know. I really, really do feel like this could be a moment for him.
Yeah, it seems that this would be his first nomination.
Wow. So not even a win. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like there could be a movement behind Harrison Ford here. Still have Goldstein number 2. Could definitely still happen. Again, just depends on how much they like Ted Lasso. Tyler James Williams could also definitely happen for Abbott.
Would love
Depending
it.
on how strong, like this, I think is the most competitive for a win. of the comedy acting category. Like there are three who I think are like very plausible. So,
but I like that we're going with Harrison Ford.
yeah, it feels right, like it just feels correct. So following that top three, we got Henry Winkler and Anthony Kerrigan for Barry. Those two probably will just happen, like you just assume they'd probably just happen. The Nick Mohammed for Ted Lasso, same thing as Juno Temple, probably will happen, but if they don't like the show, he would be one of the nominations to go. Tony Shalhoub for Marvelous Miss Maisel, probably. Maybe like this is also like this category very top heavy, not a lot at the bottom.
No.
It's very very slim pickings once you get to the bottom, and then we have our obligatory SNL pick with Bone Yang. Other options, you got Ibn Bakra for The Bear, be a great nomination. Tohib Jimo somehow randomly happens for Ted Lasso. That would be like if they just love the show though, then he would get in. But we're saying, like the supporting things will be very, very telling with their Ted Lasso love. And then Brian Tyree Henry for Atlanta, maybe would love to see it.
Would love to see it. Oscar and Emmy nominee Brian Tyree Henry.
Could get his EO of nominations. But like we'll just see. That's just purely because of how kind of empty this bottom side of the category could be for supporting actor. But those are our comedy predictions as of now. I think Abbott will do very well. Drama series, Succession.
Yeah, it's just gonna win.
It's gonna clean up.
Yeah, like I just don't know what else would win. Like The Last of Us, like maybe not
The White
really.
Lotus, like I don't know. Like this is also Succession's best season. Like
and that third episode, won't spoil anything, really made waves. So
I mean, it's people were calling it the greatest episode of television of all time.
Yeah,
like it's probably going to win directing and writing for that episode. Like we aren't predicting directing and writing, but like it's probably going to win directing and writing for that episode.
Yeah,
and it's gonna like
strong solid spots for the nominees. I would say White Lotus, Last of Us, Yellow Jackets, Better Call Saul, and House of the Dragon. I really believe that all of these are going to end up getting nominated.
Yeah, they all feel strong. Like I don't know how much we need to talk about them. Like they just make sense. Like Last of Us, big cultural moment, very good from what I've heard. I still haven't watched it. Sorry. But then like I mean, yeah, The White Lotus, Better Call Saul, people love Yellow Jackets, House of the Dragon, like all these things. They just make sense.
And then The Crown,
which The Crown
I have in. I think we'll get in just because they like to default to mediocre seasons of television series that they've previously nominated many times. And, in my humble opinion, The Crown has always been pretty mediocre. But anyways,
agreed.
This season is especially mediocre. So it would be amazing if it could get snubbed, but it won't because they're boring. So, yeah. And then we come to the
Star Wars situation. The Star Wars choice. Andor or The Mandalorian.
Which I don't know which one. I'm feeling Andor just because it's new and it has a fresh face.
And people like it a lot more.
People do like it more.
Like I thought Andor was really good, personally.
Yeah, people really like it. People who don't like Star Wars like it. The Mandalorian, I feel like people haven't talked about it as much.
No, and I guess I haven't watched it. People, I guess, had problems with the season. Like I just have heard significantly less talk, and I feel like Andor was like a much bigger thing. And like I have not been a fan of the Star Wars TV shows. I didn't like the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. Like Andor, legitimately incredible television.
I have to watch it. I really do have to watch it.
It's really good. Like even if you're just like not interested in Star Wars at all, like it's very, very.
Oh, okay. And the composer is King Nicholas Bertel.
Right. Like it's a very good show. So like I think it can happen, and I think it would be a great nomination. But Mandalorian could still definitely happen. Have it at 9. It got in for its previous 2 seasons. I mean, they could just do 2 Star Wars things and snub The Crown. Yeah. That's also possible. But as now, I think there's only 1 slot, but we'll see. And then I have The Old Man at number 10. I'm refusing to put Yellowstone in for anything because it's literally only got a production design nomination in 2021, and that is it for any of its seasons. So like, just ignore it. Ignore
and I feel like
it.
Andor and like even The Mandalorian have more passion than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So, and we'll see about The Old Man. That's there just purely because like I think it can do well in the acting categories. So it's at least stronger than Yellowstone in that regard. But yeah, a lot more. This category is a lot less strong than comedy series. Like there's a lot less options. So
yeah. This is kind of it.
Yeah. Drama actress. Newly announced today at the time of recording.
Sarah
Snook.
I think will finally be crowned the queen of television and win the Emmy for lead actress in a drama series this year after
As
being
she
snubbed
should.
twice by Julia Garner in supporting actress.
Like, I'm
In reality,
so
I always think Sarah Snook has been in Best Actor or should have been in Best Actress, but that's beyond the
except
point.
maybe season 1, but season 2 and 3, she's definitely lead.
But in season 1, actually, she was campaigned in Best Actress, but that show didn't get really any nominations. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I do think that she'll happen. I do think that she can win, which is amazing.
pretty
And
crazy.
like
Yeah.
just hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, I'm so happy that she's gonna win. And so deserves. I think that in episode 3, she gave the best performance of anybody in a single episode of the show. Like,
Yes, so
she
good.
she has the best performance of the entire show of Succession. So like she's gotta win. She's gotta. Melanie Linsky, Yellow Jackets, number 2. I mean, she's great.
Definitely getting nominated.
Definitely getting nominated.
Like, absolutely getting nominated. Love Melanie. She's awesome. Really wanted her to win last year, but that didn't happen, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, she's like, there's no way she missed.
No. She's definitely getting in. Deservedly so, just not gonna win. And I'm happy that Sarah's winning. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. Bella Ramsey, I think that they'll probably happen. Again, we can get into the problems with gendered categories and all this stuff at a different point in time. But as long as they submit into actress, then they'll probably get nominated.
They will.
They will, and I think that they'll probably get nominated. Again, I don't think that they're win competitive, but they're strong, and they'll probably get in. So
then Imelda Staunton for The Crown. Even if The Crown doesn't even get into drama series, I still feel like
probably
Imelda Staunton, the icon, playing the Queen, is
right.
going to get nominated for an Emmy.
Like, if anything.
Yeah.
Then I have Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale.
I don't.
Do you?
I think that Emma Darcy is 5th.
Well, we have Emma Darcy in 2. Like, we have both of them in.
Yeah. I mean, this is just weird.
Because, listen, let's talk about this category. There were reports that Jennifer Coolidge and Rhea Seehorn were also going to move lead alongside Sarah Snook.
And we haven't gotten any of that confirmed yet, so we're not going to predict that until that is stated by HBO and by Netflix.
Because Sarah and Kieran were also part of that same report, but they're both from Succession. So that could just be a Succession thing. I don't think HBO would be dumb enough to put Coolidge and Snook against each other when they could probably just win with both of them in each category.
Yeah, but even if Coolidge isn't lead, I don't think she would win as a lead. She totally could, but I just don't see it happening. It would be strange.
Snook would be stronger. Like, Snook would still win.
I don't know. There's something about, like, Jennifer Coolidge winning a Best Actress award that just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we have both Elizabeth Moss and Emma Darcy in. Like, Elizabeth Moss, I just, like, they only snubbed her for 1 season. She's gotten in every other time. She's won before.
Yeah.
I do just feel like it kind of makes sense. Kind of like a Donald Glover type thing with how we had him in comedy actor. Like, he just gets in. I feel like that could happen. And then Emma Darcy, I'm not super confident about House of the Dragon getting, like, acting support, but if Coolidge and Seehorn don't move, like, kind of slim pickings when you get to the bottom of the category, and Emma Darcy just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, Emma Darcy.
So, like, and once again, having 2 non-binary performers in this category raises some very strong questions.
But Emma Darcy did say that they wanted to be in the Best Actress category.
Yeah, like, it's just, there are conversations to be had.
Yeah.
So just outside the 6, Hilary Swank, Juliette Lewis, probably not.
Probably not. Like Hilary Swank, it would be interesting if she got nominated because that's a network series. That's
yeah. Which doesn't usually happen for drama. Like, you can see it sometimes for comedy. But
and usually when a random performance gets a Golden Globe nomination for a TV series, it, like, does not get the Emmy nomination.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, there's some, like, we don't even have her on the list. Helen Mirren for 1923. I just don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think that they care about the Yellowstone shows at all, or just Helen Mirren. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't think that that'll be a thing. On the drama actor, Jeremy Strong, Kieran Culkin, top 2.
Yep. Intro number 3.
Yeah, it would be great if Kieran Culkin won, honestly, because, like,
I would vote for Kieran Culkin. I think he's so good.
Yeah, no, he had the most recent episode at the time of recording, episode 5, incredible monologue, and like, I'm gonna be great because then, you know, all 3 of the siblings would have won Emmys for the show, but it'll probably just be Jeremy again.
Probably. But if they do split votes, which doesn't really happen at the Emmys, then I could see a Pedro Pascal win.
Potentially.
I
And
really don't think it's impossible.
it isn't impossible. And like Odenkirk's number 4, I also don't think that he is impossible.
I do. And I just no. No, not gonna happen.
I don't think he's impossible.
I
He's
don't
number
think it's gonna happen. Like people are so hopeful about that.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't even watched that show. But like I feel like there could be passion, but we'll see.
Maybe.
But they're definitely the clear top 4. Jeff Bridges, I have here because just like I feel like he's been getting industry support for this show.
Yeah, and also he's also Jeff Bridges.
Right. And it's not like this category is the strongest in the world. So got Diego Luna in at number 6 for Andor. He's very good in the show.
We have Andor in the drama series category.
Right.
Out.
And like we do have Paddy Considine at 7 for House of the Dragon, and we also have House of the Dragon in. I just don't think that House of the Dragon will be that strong in the acting categories, just in general. So, yeah, I don't know. I like having Luna in. Drama supporting actress. What a mess of a category.
This is a mess.
Coolidge and Seorn as the top 2
here, which I really believe she is. She'll win.
Right.
However, if she moves to lead actress, then I feel like it could be Aubrey Plaza.
It could. And listen, if the thing about Coolidge and Seahorn moving is true, Aubrey Plaza might win.
Which, oh my God.
God.
Could you imagine
Aubrey Plaza?
I would simply cease to exist.
It would be so incredible. And like, even if Coolidge just moves, like,
yeah, I really don't think Rhea Seehorn would win. People tried to predict that last year, and like,
yeah, like I think it would be competitive.
Oh yeah,
I genuinely do. So like, yeah, Plaza's not far off. Like, if Coolidge is here, she wins, plain and simple.
Yeah. No, like unquestionably.
But if Coolidge moves, or Coolidge and Seahorn move, like Plaza's competitive, which is amazing.
Which I mean, honestly, looking at this list, I would vote for her from what I've seen. Like
Plaza?
Yeah, like I think she's so good in that show.
I agree.
Imagine her speech; it would be so fun.
Oh my, yes.
She's also never been nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah, God, it'd be so good. Elizabeth Debicki, number 4 for The Crown. Probably gonna get nominated. I don't think that she can win.
No,
I really don't. Christina Ricci, Yellow Jackets, once again, probably will get nominated.
She'll get nominated.
Because Yellow Jackets definitely has more hype this year. I feel there's a bit more buzz.
She was also nominated last year when she was not expected.
Right, exactly. So yeah. J. Smith Cameron for Succession. I mean, she's really, really good. Like, she hasn't had as much to do this season, but
she never like has a ton. She's just consistently really good, and people really like her.
Right, exactly. Then Megan Feige for The White Lotus.
I don't know if this is going to happen, but my God.
I feel like The White Lotus will get 3 nominations, though.
He is so win-worthy in that.
Like, I think that The White Lotus will get 3 nominations. Like, if Coolidge and Seahorn move, I would probably put Sabrina and Peccatori in.
Oh, I would love that.
Like, I genuinely think that White Lotus will get 3 nominations in this category, no matter what, whether Coolidge moves.
I could see it.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's that strong. Then Leslie Manville for The Crown.
Yeah, because she has like a perfect episode submission.
Yeah, so I suppose sure. Then number 9, Carol Burnett for Better Call Saul. We'll see how the season goes for her. We'll see how it goes. Then as mentioned before, Sabrina and Peccatori at number 10. Like I said, I think she could slide in. I legitimately think that she can slide in if Coolidge moves.
Would love that. That would be amazing.
And then Olivia Cook, Millie Alcott, House of the Dragon. Again, I don't feel good about House of the Dragon in acting. I really, really don't. I don't think we'll play that strongly. So, but I could easily be wrong. Drama supporting actor.
This is the one that I have the least confident in as far as nomination predictions.
Well, I think Matthew McFadden, as of now, is the only one that makes sense for a win.
Yeah.
So, probably. Alan Ruck, I have number 2. I think he has a great episode. But
he will not win.
No, he won't win, but I feel really good about him getting nominated. And he's never been nominated before. Yeah. Like, for this show, at least.
People seem to really like him. He's been around for 40 years.
No, I mean, he's been, like, in the show, but, like, this has been, like, the most... Like, we had the most Connor episode with season 4, episode 2, rehearsrsal. And, like, he has a great monologue in it.
And also, like, the fact that, like, it's his wedding, that episode 3 is around.
I mean, it's titled Connor's Wedding.
Yeah.
Like we've had, I mean, all the episode title, like, I mean, episode 4 is titled like Honeymoon States. Like the titles have been very Connor centric. Like we're getting a very like the most Connor centric season we've ever gotten in Succession. So like I think that Rock will, I don't want to say definitely, but I feel really good about him getting nominated.
Yeah.
So which is amazing.
And it would be very deserving. He's great in the show.
He's great. Yeah. F. Murray Abraham, The White Lotus. We'll see how the allegations go.
Yeah.
But as of now,
But like, he'll probably, I feel like Michael Imperioli is also like could totally get nominated. He's really good. And
I mean, I haven't been
Tom Hollander could get nominated.
potentially. I'll throw him on the list. Yeah, I mean, we have Imperioli in at number 8 right here, so he could definitely happen. Giancarlo Esposito and Jonathan Banks, Better Call Saul. Once again, they'll just probably get in. They won't be win competitive. Didn't Giancarlo Esposito like win the SAG or something weird like that, or Critics' Choice? He won Critics' Choice. That was the weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. Anyways, John Lithgow for The Old Man. The Old Man just has been kind of floating around the space. It's been getting hype between him and Bridges. So like they're both old men. I don't know. I guess. And then Matt Smith for House of the Dragon. Purely because like I don't feel great about this category.
No.
Number 9, Nicholas Braun's Succession. So you might be like, wait, why is he here? He's done really not that much this year. Like he's just had a couple of like throwaway one-liners, but like Connor's had more screen time than him.
And I've seen more people online calling him out, like saying he's not really that great in the show. His character's useless. Like
combined with the allegations is also the big thing.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how that's going to set off because it hasn't really exploded yet. But I wonder if there'll be like news outlets discussing it if that, something happens.
Right. So I don't know. We have him outside for now because like he really hasn't done anything this season. And like listen, if there's a massive like if episode 7 is like a massive Cousin Greg episode for Nicholas Braun, then like I'll consider it. But like I don't even know what his episode submission would be. Like he's got nothing.
Yeah, no. And
like
he just doesn't deserve an Emmy nomination.
Like already with the first 5 episodes of the show, I can think of an episode of the first 5 that would be a good submission for McFadden and Rock in the supporting category. I can't think of one for Braun. So we'll see if the second half of the season turns around for him. But I don't feel great about it. Jonathan Pryce for The Crown could, I guess, just happen if
I honestly put him in mine.
Like maybe
just feels safe and easy.
Yeah, like if they don't want to do, I don't know, like Michael Imperioli, or they don't want to do Matt Smith, like he could just be tossed in. And then Tom Hollander for White Lotus is here if they really the White Lotus. But those are Emmy predictions as of now. We'll update these over the next couple of months. Thomas will join in once he's seen more TV.
Limited series categories once the shows come out.
We'll get limited series once we're able to actually watch like most of them. And then we got the build up to the nominations and then the ceremony. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited that we have this extra little awards outlet to look forward to and the Oscars off season. So should be a lot of fun. Sam, is there anything that you would like to plug before we head out?
Nope. I'm pretty sure all of you follow me on Twitter. So
I'll put it in the description anyways. Yes. All of my stuff will be in the description. You can follow me or don't. I don't know, whatever. But until next time, thank everybody for watching. Stick around for some more Emmys content. Stay safe.